Flocks of birds fly away, beasts flee. Sudden movement spreads in the rainforest. There must be a ruthless character coming. Sure enough, 3 majestic jaguars appeared. There are no lions and tigers in this place. The jaguar is the undisputed king of the rainforest. The other animals ran away quickly and hid. Only a little black-capped hanging monkey is still greedy for food. The jaguar found it and approached it step by step. When it entered the attack range, it swooped over. Fortunately, the little monkey reacted quickly enough and quickly fled into the cave. The jaguar is in hot pursuit, determined to eat it. The jungle is suddenly eerily quiet. Only the sound of dripping water on the rock wall can be heard. The sound of a jaguar stepping on dead leaves. And the heartbeat of the little monkey. It hid behind a dead tree. Poke out half of your head and look out. And the danger is approaching it step by step. Hello everyone. Welcome to our channel. A domesticated black-capped hanging monkey is lost in the Amazon. Can it make it out of the perilous rainforest alive? A sunny morning. The little monkey Nick is reluctantly saying goodbye to. It will fly to another city. In this way, under the watchful eye of the little master, Nick embarks on a thrilling journey of adventure. Airplane flying through clouds. Soon over the Amazon rainforest. This rainforest occupies more than 60% of Brazil's land area. Densely covered rivers, crisscrossing. Like the lungs of the earth, the capillaries. Moisturizing the vast mountains, rivers and dense forests. It was a beautiful day. But Amazon's fortunes change. It was still sunny. Suddenly a thunderstorm cloud appeared. The plane slid in like a headless chicken, vigorously tossed in the gust of wind and lightning. Then it descended rapidly and plunged into the rainforest. Fortunately, the dense rainforest acted as a buffer. Although the plane was damaged, it did not catch fire and explode. The pilot is fine, but the annoying thing is, he abandoned Nick and fled alone. And Nick spent the whole night in fear. Until the next morning. The red sun sticks out its head. The rainforest is getting lively. A couple of long-nosed raccoons looking for food. It was a barren grass yesterday. Why did Tai Hanan suddenly appear today? The long-nosed raccoon's curiosity is piqued. They decided to go and find out. I searched around and couldn't find anything delicious. But this little monkey looks like he's in trouble. The long-nosed raccoon decides to lend a helping hand. It started fiddling with the lock. Finally, the cage door opened. Adhering to the principle of doing good deeds without leaving names, the long-nosed raccoon and his companions left the place silently. Wait until Nick gets out of the cage. I can't say thank you yet. Save the Bear has disappeared into the jungle. Blood-sucking black fly gave Nick a slap in the face. Let it know the danger of the rainforest. Moments later, Nick bravely took the first step, roaming carelessly through the forest. It was raised by humans. Have a strange fear of the wild. Red ants only care about marching and are indifferent to other things. A dead leaf shinsi takes camouflage to the extreme. These strange creatures simply stupefied Nick. A red-footed tortoise gnaws on a leaf. Seeing this, Nick feels a little hungry. There are many ripe fallen fruits on the ground. I don't know if I can eat it, but I looked up. The hornbills ate them all, so there should be no problem. Wow, this thing is really fragrant and sweet. Nick just had a full stomach. I saw a mighty giant sand passing by. A unicorn fairy also came to the scene. Then a huge tarantula appeared in front of my eyes. This boss is bigger than Nick's face. This place is too dangerous. Nick ran away screaming. Eventually it came to a bare rock. Dark clouds loom over the sky, thunder rolls. The instinct of the animal tells it that it is going to rain. Clever Nick ran all the way and hid back to the wreckage of the plane. Little heavy rain followed. Nick spent his second night in the rainforest. The next day was sunny again. The sun penetrates the dense forest, casting mottled tree shadows. The breeze rustled the leaves. Nick came to the small river without knowing it. I'm hungry. Suddenly, I saw a branch floating in the middle of the river. The key is that there are still fruits attached to it. Clever Nick hurried along the river bank to chase. Then quickly climbed to a big tree downstream. Branches hanging in the middle of the river, Nick's tail came in handy. When it reaches for the fruit, the branch snapped with a snap. Nick fell into the torrent. As a black-capped hanging monkey, although it can swim naturally, it is still afraid of water. Luckily it swam onto a piece of driftwood. It will be a thrilling rafting to meet it. Ruiji waterfall is not far ahead. Before Nick could react, fell straight down. Fortunately, Nick is tenacious and brave. It escaped the torrent again. The new boat is more luxury than the original. There are also a few bromeliads growing on it. Nick is on the boat like this, drifting quietly down. The scenery on both sides of the strait is still beautiful and dangerous. Flat dancing butterfly. 5-clawed golden dragon lying on a branch. The forest is big and has everything. Surprising looking bald king. It vividly interprets this sentence. The red-faced white bald monkey is even more ugly, out of the sky. Due to lack of skin pigment, the face is full of red blood vessels. That's why I grew into this kind of virtue. Even so, the number of white bald monkeys has plummeted. Has become an extremely rare protected animal. At night, the jungle looks even more eerie. Nick's boat is hanging on the tree stump. Until the next morning, the boat was still at a standstill. Looking up, there is actually a group of caimans basking in the sun on the shore. They bared their fangs, their eyes were cold. Nick was so scared that he lost 9 of his souls. A heavy rain fell without warning. Although those cold-blooded killers did not find Nick. However, poor Nick. Very sad right now. Maybe God has mercy. The swollen river moved the boat. Nick finally set sail again. Wait until the boat is closest to the shore. Nick plucked up the courage to jump down. It struggled to swim to the shore and climbed up. This is a hidden place deep in the rainforest. Waiting for it will be a new adventure. Morning in the rainforest even if it is sunny. Everywhere is wet. This huge snail is estimated to have 2 tails of meat. But don't let the French see. A glass frog rubs in the little funnel. 1 bounce and it's gone. The velvet moth larvae are highly poisonous. No one here dares to recruit it. The jungle is full of weird creatures. A Brazil eating leaves. It has a fat body and a wide nose that is very flexible. Even if it's vegan, but still scares Nick away. I've been tossing it out for the past few days. Didn't have a good night's sleep. Never had a full meal. I want to take 2 bites of everything that looks edible. On these thorny trees. With yellow, sweet fruit. Hungry Nick can't care less. It climbs up by grabbing the thorns. But was screamed. But it still doesn't want to give up. However, no matter how hard it tries, in the end it was all for naught. Just when it's going crazy with hunger, suddenly found a piece of wild mushroom. Red umbrella, white pole, lying on the board after eating. Sleep on the coffin and sleep on the coffin, and then listen together. Nick stuck out his tongue and licked it. Seems pretty sweet. I can't manage that much anymore. Fill your stomach first. Nick feasts. Hide in a tree hole after eating. In an instant, it felt weak in limbs and dizzy. After a few minutes it loses consciousness and doesn't know anything. The adventures of the past few days are circling in its mind. Dragged it into the horrible nightmare. It struggled desperately but couldn't wake up. Thanks to a few wild piglets romping around the tree hole. Nick just woke up with the sunrise of the next day. Wandering in the jungle doesn't know when it will end. Maybe God will take care of it again. Sure enough, when Nick was drinking by the creek, another black-capped hanging monkey ran over. So long in the rainforest. Finally saw the same kind. Nicky is so excited. Let's call the little monkey MIA. They communicate through T language and eye contact. Established a good friend relationship. Led by MIA. Nick followed her up a towering tree. This is the home of the black-capped hanging monkey. The Monkey King has a standard Chinese character face. But it sucks for Nick. Nick timidly hid aside. Hoped to join this group. This is its only hope of survival in the rainforest. The monkeys enjoy delicious melons and fruits on their own. Nick is left alone and no one wants to talk to him. Monkey King gave Nick a look. It was so scared that it quickly lowered its head and pretended to play with its own tail. Monkey King's sharp eyes, it dare not look directly. Macaws nesting in treetops. But it was discovered by the monkeys, and they were killed. They liked to lick the sweet and delicious egg liquid. Even Nick found a bird egg and cracked it. MIA got lucky and found honey. It's delicious enough to lick your fingers. Nick approached it step by step. Two good friends are chasing and playing in the jungle, feeding each other. MIA even taught Nick to hunt insects. Eating meat is better than eating grass. In this way, the hearts of the two friends are getting closer. The rainforest deserves to be called the rainforest. It rained 4 times in 3 days. A new day, the sun just showed up. I was borne back by the dark clouds in the sky. A gust of wind swept by, thunder rolled. It rained heavily and quickly, and then fell into the jungle. This time it took an extra long time. After the rain stops, the jungle has become a country. The homes of many animals were destroyed. This mother sloth survived the floods. It struggled to climb up the tree trunk with the baby on its back. This one is swimming in the water. It was hard to find a piece of land. Luckily Nick can climb trees. I'm looking around on the tree right now. A pink puffer fish suddenly jumped out of the water. It is the only river dolphin in the Amazon. Despite its size, it is docile. The naughty puffer fish wants to play with Nick. But Nick has never seen such a huge. This scene obviously frightened him. After the storm, the rainbow hangs high. Huge nuts fall from the canopy. The monkeys want to eat the nuts inside. Work hard. Some monkeys smashed on the tree. Some monkeys just throw them under the tree. When Nick saw it, he picked up the fruit and ran away. This made the Monkey King very angry. It's not Nick's fault. Here except MIA is nice to it. Other monkeys crowd it out. Today, this big fruit can finally be full. At this time, there was a movement in the rainforest. The other animals are hiding. Only Nick is greedy for food. Unaware of the approaching danger. It was propped into a cave by a jaguar. Hiding behind the dead tree again. The jaguar has no intention of letting it go. With a keen sense of smell, he approached Nick step by step. At the critical moment, the clever Nick seized the opportunity and jumped out. It's one step away from death. Climbed the vine at the last minute. No matter how agile a jaguar is. Can't climb a tree to chase a monkey. In the end, I can only watch the monkey sigh and leave. Only at night did the Monkey King remember the hatred of grabbing fruit. It raged straight at Nick. Pushed it off the tree. Nick plummeted to the ground, but was cushioned by falling leaves. But it still fell, blood red. Flowed from thin arms. The night was terrible and long. At the moment when Nick was most desperate and helpless, MIA came to it and licked its sweet wound. With MIA, it has the hope and strength to live. This night is very sweet and warm. When the sun rises on the horizon again, everything in the rainforest seems to have a new look. Vigorous vitality, exuberant vitality. There's a miracle in every corner of this place. The original story can continue like a fairy tale. But the roar of the machine broke the tranquility here. Nick followed the sound and got out of the jungle. What pierces the eye is a solitary Jiaoshi. Earth except humans. No one can do such a bad thing. The rainforest in Guangjia seems to be growing black cancer cells. And it's spreading rapidly and deteriorating, by then. Lungs of the earth, I'm afraid there is no cure for it. Nick heard human voices. It walks through the black scorched earth to the village. Hope to see the little master again. At this time, a little girl came slowly towards Nick. She has an innocent smile on her face. As gentle and cute as its little master. Nick is hesitating to put himself in her arms. Suddenly, a cold and ruthless, steel behemoth, drove up. It's scarier than any rainforest creature. Nick turned and ran back in fright. It went into the rainforest without looking back. This is its real home. The lovely little friend is waiting for it, from now on. There is no more Nick in the rainforest, and no more MIA. Only a pair of happy and carefree little monkeys.